Get your first month of TNA Plus free for new subscribers. Again, that's code FINAL25. This code expires tomorrow night at midnight Eastern. Head to watch.tnawrestling.com to subscribe to TNA Plus and catch Final Resolution live for free.
Tom, you mentioned on the way out here, Dani Luna has been on an absolute tear here, and it looks like she has no intention of stopping here, especially with someone we've talked about before. She has a little bit of history with dating back to their early days in the wrestling business.
And Dani Luna and Xia Brookside have known each other since they were teenagers growing up in the United Kingdom on the wrestling circuit. Now, it was a few months ago that these two tangled in a number one contenders knockouts gauntlet, and that was kind of the beginning of this change within Dani Luna. We've seen her become much more violent. Xia Brookside's been a victim of that. Indi Hartwell has been a victim of that as well. It was Dani Luna who got some comeuppance for the no disqualifications match at Turning Point 2 weeks ago on Impact. Luna defeating Hartwell to get to this point.
And this is what I'm very curious about in this matchup. You mentioned that similar background, nice takeover there from Brookside. They have a lot of that catch-style British wrestling in their blood, but this, other than that, is a classic.
Shoulders down, kick out.
Very much a classic 101 wrestling clash of styles here. The power of Dani Luna, there you see it. Xia Brookside going to have to lean on her agility, her speed. I mean, when it comes to technical prowess, I think this one, though, is an even matchup.
I'd have to agree with you. Xia Brookside is accustomed to being the underdog, the undersized competitor in a matchup, so no stranger to this situation. But she found a friend earlier on this year here in TNA Wrestling, Ray Walt, in Lang Lee. What has that bond meant to Xia Brookside?
I mean, it is not easy in this business to make any kind of friend, let alone someone you can trust both in and out of the ring. It's not an easy business for that. So the fact that Xia Brookside and Lang Lee have found each other and formed that bond is something very, very important. But that bond is going to get tested again should Xia Brookside be successful here.
And for Lang Lee to develop those types of bonds here in the United States, it's been a long journey. 8 years ago, knew nothing about professional wrestling, attended a tryout in China where you've wrestled in the past and you understand what the process was like for Lang Lee. She moved to the United States, didn't speak any English, developed in WWE, came here to TNA Wrestling and has reinvented herself and is now Knockouts World Champion.
I remember exactly the time that Lang Lee was brought into the picture. Her and a bunch of other international talent brought from all over the world. It is not an easy transition to make, but Lee has stayed the course this entire time, and now we can see it has absolutely paid off.
Single leg dropkick there by Xia Brookside. Dani Luna to the outside of the ring. Which of these two knockouts will go on to challenge Lang Lee for the TNA Knockouts World Championship tomorrow night in El Paso, Texas, live at Final Resolution?
And Dani Luna now taking her time, trying to find a way back into the Brookside. Trying to get a quick baseball slide there.
Luna back inside the ring. Brookside in pursuit. Both of these knockouts withstood four-way matchups 2 weeks ago to get to this one-on-one battle. Determined the number one contender to the Knockouts World Championship. I talked about it earlier on, Ray. While Dani Luna has been on a warpath, yes, she has taken to extreme tactics. We've seen how many times she's beaten the hell out of her opponents and bystanders with a steel chair or a steel chain like we saw a few weeks ago. But the work that she's put in inside of the ring to get better and better has been evident.
I mean, you take someone with the technical acumen, the experience of Dani Luna, now, of course, everything she brings in the power department, one of the strongest knockouts we have here in TNA Wrestling. And then you take that and you throw off the shackles of being a good person, the morality. Sometimes you gotta do that to get rid of the chip on your shoulder by taking out everyone around you.
Yes, those shackles of her extremely successful tag team known as Spitfire, Brett, Jody, Threat, winning 2 Knockouts World Tag Team Championships, and then leaving that friendship in the rubble, leaving everybody else in TNA Wrestling that remotely cared about her in the dust. Yeah, that's the noble thing to do.
Hey, sometimes as a caterpillar, you gotta shed your skin, you gotta molt if you want to turn into a butterfly. And this is a badass butterfly that we're seeing Danny Luna become in front of our eyes.
And Danny Luna has been dissecting Xia Brookside. Oh, every appendage she's gone after at this point in the matchup. This is good strategy by Danny Luna, whether you like it or not.
And I do like it. This is fantastic strategy. I mentioned before, Xia Brookside's advantage is going to be her speed and her agility. If you take out the leg, that's the entire base of much of Xia Brookside's arsenal.
Xia Brookside heavily favoring the left knee. Danny Luna taking her time here in this matchup. This is very, very smart. Realizes, that in 24 hours, she's going to have to compete, potentially, with Lang Lee, arguably the best striker in TNA today, for the Knockouts World Championship and Final Resolution. There's a cover. Brookside able to kick out at 2.
You have to wonder, and for Danny Luna, who's been so focused, but has had a couple of setbacks in recent months. If she gets this close to a Knockouts World title shot and isn't successful, who's going to pay for that? Who's going to be next on the warpath of Danny Luna?
And that's a scary thing to think about. Hell, that's what a lot of Bound for Glory was about for Danny Luna in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet match. In the Hartwell, her opportunity at then champion Kalani Jordan, and their no disqualifications match, a turning point, truly was a turning point for those 2 knockouts, and Danny Luna believes it has set her on this path towards a championship opportunity, perhaps.
Meanwhile, right now, all the underdog gusto in the world is not helping Xia Brookside, who is just getting ripped apart here, courtesy of Luna.
And we are back here on TNA Impact from Full Sail University in Orlando, Florida. This is a #1 contenders match to the Knockouts World Championship. Danny Luna trying to put away Xia Brookside, and a kick out. The winner of this matchup will move on to El Paso, Texas tomorrow night, live on TNA Plus, to challenge the brand new TNA Knockouts World Champion Lang Lee for the title at Final Resolution.
And man, the last several minutes have been all Danny Jordan, all throughout the break, continuing here. The powerhouse of the Knockouts division is putting in work.
Oh, and Xia Brookside has been the victim of that. Xia Brookside is the tag team partner of the reigning Knockouts World Champion Lang Lee, who captured the title last week as a part of NXT Gold Rush, pinning the former champion NXT's Kalani Jordan in the process in order to bring the title back to TNA Wrestling. Lang Lee also making history as the first ever Chinese TNA champion.
You saw just how emotional she was after that match and how much winning that title meant to her. Whoever is going to face Lang Lee is going to have a hell of a challenge, and Brookside is coming alive here.
Danny Luna, throughout the commercial break, was attacking that left knee of Xia Brookside, but the Angel of the Ring has found an opening here against the powerhouse Danny Luna.
You can see she's still favoring that leg, but fighting through it.
Elbow dropping Luna in the corner. We talked about it earlier on. Luna thinking about having to potentially challenge for the Knockouts World title tomorrow night. There's broken wings, the double knees attacking with that injured knee. Xia Brookside is going for it all tonight in this #1 contenders match, even though a championship bout could be 24 hours away. Crossbow. Here's the cover. Luna kicks out.
Very, very close. They're hell of a turnaround here from Xia Brookside. But took a big risk there with that flying cross body.
This shows you how much this means to Zaya Brookside, who has continuously been in the Knockouts World Championship picture for the better part of the 2 years she spent here in TNA Wrestling. Virtually since the beginning, she injected herself into the Knockouts World title picture. And here, Dani Luna, trying to make sure she can get to what she claims most.
Black Widow! The Black Widow!
Trying to lock in that octopus. Going for that finally. Has it all the way. Center of the ring here.
Is Dani Luna going to submit to Zaya Brookside? Is Brookside going to face her own tag team partner for the championship on Final Resolution?
The strength of Luna paid off there, sloughing off Brookside, but again.
Off the side Russian leg sweep, and now into another submission attempt here. Dani Luna, all of her power has been negated down here on the mat.
Smart move by Brookside here. The tenacity coming through, not letting go of these holds. Look at that small joint manipulation in these clutch moments here.
Oh, wait a minute. Luna back up to her feet. This is dangerous for Zaya Brookside.
Got her up, look out.
Buckle bomb.
And after everything else, that could be devastating. That could spell exactly what Luna needed and spell the end for Brookside.
Thunderbomb there off the rebound, and a kick out by Zaya Brookside.
And the look on Luna's face says it all. She can't believe it. We can't believe it. Obviously, though, Zaya Brookside still believes she can get this one done.
Now Dani Luna rolls to the outside. What could Luna be thinking about here? Is Luna starting to get frustrated?
Oh, boy. We've seen Luna turn things this
Now
way.
Dani Luna's trying to cheat!
This is not a no disqualification match.
This has been the calling card of Dani Luna, the steel chair and the steel chain we saw 2 weeks ago in her four-way matchup that helped her beat
Indy Hartwell!
And the referee's getting rid of the chair that Dani Luna introduced. Look out!
Indy Hartwell gets some payback on Dani Luna from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wait a second. I get it, but like this? Look out!
Oh!
It's on.
Shoulder! 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 Yes!